Hey everyone, it's Jen with ChappyPlans. Thanks for joining me for this Project Life process video. This is week 15, so if you'd like to see what I'm going to do, stick around. Hey everybody, it's Jen with ChappyPlans. Thanks for being here for this Project Life video. I'm working on week 15 in my album. I use a 9x12 gray album from scrapbook.com as well as the page protectors. And I had a little bit of a different layout this week because I'm using the backside of one of the flip out page protectors. So there are 3 4x6 card slots in a row, like in one column vertically up and down, which kind of like I feel like looks a little bit, I don't know, too streamlined. So I tried to vary it up a little bit. You'll see at the end when I show you a close-up in real time. But I used mostly Ali Edwards products. The April Stories by the Month kit is where I got all the cards from, but then the embellishments are actually from, I want to say, January Story by the Month kit. For whatever reason, I liked the pink, yellow, and that sort of like sea green or like deep sea green, emerald green color. So I decided to use them because I had them in my stash, and I didn't have a ton of journaling to do this week, and I didn't have a ton going on. So I was able to rely mostly on prompts from either the embellishments, like the die cuts, or the cards. So this is a picture on the 8th when we had the eclipse, and we are in upstate New York, so we did not have school that day. And we got to see some of it, not the full eclipse. We weren't in the path of totality. We were very close to it, but it was also very cloudy. So I took that picture of Nora because we were jumping outside on the trampoline while we were waiting for the eclipse to happen. And of course we had some safety glasses, which I saved so I could cut up and use as ephemera on that April Looks Like This card. So I'm just using some puffy stickers from Paper Person Shop that I have in my stash, and then these American Greetings Critters stickers. They're my favorite. I've been using them almost every week, these 2 sets of puffy stickers. They just add a little something to my photos. And this is a picture of it being unseasonably warm on Tuesday. It was like 72 degrees or 71 degrees. So after school, I let Nora play on the playground, and that's what I'm going to journal about on that little card. And I just trimmed it down a little bit so that it would fit on the photo better, and you could still see Nora in the picture. I definitely didn't cut it like evenly, but it's fine. I actually like the wonky shape of it, and it's just enough room for me to journal. So I use the date stamp for the date, and then this story, I have my Memento black ink by Suki Neko, and then I can do some journaling. Those hearts and stars on the top right corner of my screen are also from my Ali Edwards stash. I couldn't tell you what kit it came from, but it was from a story kit, which, speaking of, I know I canceled my story kit a couple months ago, but I'm sort of leaning towards canceling Studio Calico's subscription and restarting my Ali Edwards story kit. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to do that. I might just cancel both and just keep Stories by the Month, because I realized I have not really used my Studio Calico items at all yet. I'm about to unbox and film my Flip Through Friday video of the April, I think it's the April documentary kit, but I don't know. I feel like since really all I'm doing is Project Life with a couple stories here and there, I don't necessarily find myself needing it. So we'll see. I decided to make a decorative card out of this vellum 4x6 piece of paper, and I decided to just use the word good from my stash of words that are from former story kits, because I thought it was a great way to sum up the week. It was just good. It wasn't great, it wasn't bad, it wasn't anything, it was just good. So and I like the contrast of the white cardstock on the top of the vellum. And then I pulled these alphas from Heidi Swap. They are quite old, but I liked the color pink. It was the perfect shade. So I ended up writing good, and then times with the alphas, decorated it with a few puffy stickers, and that's going to be it for this decorative card. And I felt like it did a great job of breaking up the row of 4x6 cards. So you can see there's the title card, then this card that says good times, and then the bottom card that's got the April grid. April looks like this grid. And I don't know if you've been following me, but if you have, you know what I've been using it for. In case you're new, I'll explain that I've been using that card each month to house some ephemera that I want to remember. So I love the idea of doing that, and especially now using a Hobonichi and having my daily journal, I like to include it there. And I also put some other ephemera in my Laurel Denise planner as well. So I will be slowly collecting pieces of ephemera to include and add to that card as the month goes on. This picture I trimmed down obviously to cover up where a photo could go, or journaling or an embellishment. I chose to put a photo there. That's just of me substitute teaching one day with one of my favorite little dudes who fell asleep on me, and yeah, he's the sweetest. He's nonverbal, and he has a really hard time in class, but I absolutely love him, and we have such a special bond. So I trimmed down that I will remember this always die cut from a triangle to a semicircle, because I'm feeling circles for some reason in this week. So I end up adding another circle sticker, which I meant to add more of. They're from A Beautiful Mess. Like, Studio Calico had one of their very, very old kits for like $2 or something quite a while ago, and so I picked it up, and it had these circle stickers, and I meant to add them in other places, and I think maybe I'll need to go back and do that because I only added the stickers, that one circle sticker on that photo. But here are the close-ups of the left side of the page. I love the way it turned out. You'll have to let me know what you think. But you can see I put the 1, and then on the other side of the page I will put 2 and 3. And right now the August looks like this, or April looks like this around here card is blank. Now the right side has a 4x6 pocket at the top, but I'm going to put 2 3x4 cards in there by adhering them to this computer paper that I've pre-trimmed so that they stick together and don't slide around and get all loosey-goosey. That's a trick I learned from Leilani Scraps. And I also it was a slow week, so there's a picture of the book I got from the library, a picture of my cat inside my storage container that he climbed into and took a nap while I was reorganizing my closet. And that's actually what I did all weekend, was like organizing and reorganizing different projects around the house. I'm trying to get as much done before my surgery as possible, and I have complete spring cleaning fever. So I ended up, like, I always switch out summer clothes around this time of year with winter, and I put sweaters and like flannels and things like that down in the basement. And so I did that, but I also declutter during that time and try to reorganize. I go through all of my husband's shirts, and we, you know, have this rule: if you don't wear it in a year or two, it has to be donated. So that felt really, really good, and that was most of what I did on Saturday, besides also cleaning the house. And I took Easter decor down, and I put up my lemon decor, which is like what I have up for most of spring and summer. So that was my day Saturday. And then Sunday, I decided that I needed to reorganize the bathroom closets and vanity. So I'll get to that in a second. Just want to focus on this picture of Nora with a puppet. It was so cute. We had to go to the library to pick up my book, and she was like, "I'm going to make a puppet show for you, Mom." And this was a character who decided to eat wood. So that is what is happening in this photo. I think it's hilarious, and it's like not the most flattering photo, but I love it. It's real life, and so it's definitely going in my project life. Okay, then Friday, like, I skipped ahead because I started talking about my spring fever cleaning stuff, which was the whole weekend. But Friday after school, we went to the library. That's where I got the Court of Mist and Fury, and then the picture of Nora. And then before that, I was a substitute teacher for first grade, and second grade. And Nora wanted to be the mystery reader, and I had been the mystery reader a few weeks ago, and she was like, "I want to do that. Will they let kids do it?" And then when the teacher said, like, the regular classroom teacher said, "Sure, she can come in and be our mystery reader," then she got scared and said she didn't want to do it unless I could be there. And it just worked out that she was going to be out of school that day, and she ended up asking me to sub, and that was perfect because Nora, you know, it was a Friday, and so her third grade teacher said, sure, she can go in and be the mystery reader. So she did a great job, and I was very, very proud of her. She read Enemy Pie, which is a super cute book. If you've never read it, you should definitely check it out, even though it's a kid's picture book. So I'm just journaling about how proud I was of her. And then I'm going to move over to embellishing the picture of the closet in the bathroom. So our bathroom has 2 small closets and then a vanity. And it was a filthy, disgusting mess. And I really wish I had taken a before picture because, to be honest, this after picture isn't that great. Like, I'm not super impressed, but compared to the before, it's like day and night. So we went to Target after church on Sunday and bought a ton of those like acrylic containers. And I didn't really know what sizes I was going to need. And a bunch of the containers I've had. But yeah, I ended up doing like a whole refresh of both closets, and I actually am still not completely done. And now, of course, you know, you scratch that ADHD cleaning itch. I'm like, oh, it's like If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, if you know that book. You know, he keeps asking for more and more and more and more and more. Well, that's how I am when I start like a project with ADHD. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna reorganize the bathroom closets. And now I need to do under the sink in the kitchen, and then I need to do the pantry, and then I need to do, you know, now let's redo the whole kitchen because now the pantries look so nice. I want to paint them white because we have like a really outdated house. So it's never ending, right? When you own a home, like our home is by no means super fancy or anything. And a lot of what we have in here furniture wise is like hand-me-down or thrifted or repurposed or whatever, upcycled, whatever you want to call it, which is fine. But that's the way my brain works. I start one project and then I think of like 800 other projects that I need to complete, especially since I will be bedridden for like a few weeks, which is like torture for me because clearly I am a go, 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 go person. So that's going to be challenging for sure, the recovery time. And I added some Z's to the picture of Smokey asleep in the organization bin. It's the bin that's inside the hanging thing in my closet that I'm working on, that photo right there. That's what he was asleep in. So I couldn't put anything in it until he woke up. I mean, I could have, but I wasn't going to make him move. So that XOXO die cut, also from January or February Stories by the Month kit, I cut in half because it was ovular shaped. And you saw me do the same thing with the pink cardstock because it's the same color, and put that on the picture of the bathroom closet. Just some fun layering elements. I just was feeling circles and semicircles, I guess. So then I had this really funny picture of Nora. I had no idea what I was going to do with this middle card here, which is actually from the packaging that the Stories by the Month kit came in. I just trimmed it down to be a 3x4 pocket card, and it does have some writing on it, so I'm going to have to cover that up. But I trimmed down this picture of Nora on the bed, which if you follow me on Instagram, I shared this in my stories on Saturday. She took the other empty bin and put it on her head and was acting super silly and just spewing nonsense and cracking up and cracking herself up, which always makes me laugh. So she's like laying on my bed on her belly, you can see there, and her legs are up and her feet are on my pillow, and she has the cloth bin on her head. And a pile of my shorts is what she's laying on top of. So super funny. Glad to capture that moment. I think I spell out LOL. Yeah. And then question mark, because it's like, is this funny or what's actually happening here? Like, have I failed at parenting? What's going on? And then the last thing I'm going to do is fill out this April journaling card just with a little bit. I decided to make it like more generic about April, how it's been really rainy, how I want to get all the projects done before my surgery, that type of stuff. Then I'm just going to embellish it with a couple puffy stickers and call that good. And then I'm going to show you the close-ups in real time of the right side of this page. The thing that my nail polishes are on in the closet is the tiered stadium thing that's meant to be used for like, what are they called? The Nuvo drops, but I don't have any, and I bought it and I never returned it. So I was like, oh, this is the perfect time to use it. It's been sitting under my craft room bed for like 2 years. So anyways, now I'm back to putting a couple of the ephemera pieces on the April looks like this around here pocket card. And so I trimmed off part of the tag from my new sweatshirt that I just got for myself. and also the Lululemon logo because that's where I got it. And I also found the glasses from the Eclipse, so I trimmed that down to fit. The MySci logo on the middle is the local science museum that we're members at. So that is going to conclude week 15 in my Project Life album. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe if you're not. And I will see you in the next one. Take care, sweet friends. Remember that you are enough, and I love you guys. Bye.